Alright, so here we are. It is the day that we all knew would come. Officially cut day in the NFL, and the Saints are no exception to making some tough cuts. Two of the biggest ones so far have been the Saints cut outright Bradley Roby, our best slot corner, and traded Wil Lutz to, unsurprisingly, the Denver Broncos. I feel like Sean Payton is just going to take every former Saint on the staff that gets cut. But either way, I need somebody to help me make sense of the Bradley Roby cut. Let me know in the comments. Somebody try to explain to me so I can feel better about it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think Bradley Roby is in his prime anymore. I don't think he's this all-pro worthy corner or anything like that. But when a franchise all offseason sells me on them being all in, right? Like the NFC South is bad, so the Saints, we're going all in. And the players, the staff, the front office, all offseason and all training camp and all preseason, they've been hyping out, oh, we're going to shock the world. We're going to prove the doubters wrong. We're going to make the national media look bad. We're going to show the world that we're contenders, okay? So you're selling me on that, but then you cut your best slot corner. And I get the reason that people are going to say is that we're going to give Alontae Taylor a chance to be the slot corner and him to develop in that role. But we ain't got time to develop. Are you all in or are you not? Don't tell me that this is an all-in season, but then also say that we might have to cut somebody because of salary cap reasons and to let somebody develop in the spot. This is not a development year you guys have been promising me. Okay? If it was a retooling year, I'd be like, yeah, let Alontae Taylor play the slot and line of position. If it was an actual outright rebuilding year, which Mickey Loomis is never going to do an outright rebuilding year, yeah, let Alontae Taylor play the slot position, let all the veterans go, let's try to save money for the future. No! All offseason, y'all been saying we are all in. So what word does it make sense for you to cut your best slot player? And again, I know Bradley Roby isn't like this amazing player in 2023, but he's your best slot player. And you supposedly are all in on trying to win this year. So, and transparently, I am definitely overreacting. Hell yeah. Do not come on this channel and expect me to never not overreact, right? And one thing I'll give Dennis Allen credit for is he knows how to make a damn good defense, right? So I always say this. I would gladly make my apology as loud as my disrespect or radical reactions are. But I just don't get this move at all. And maybe I have PTSD from when we traded Charles Gardner-Johnson last season and we hyped up Justin Evans. Oh, you Saints fans, don't worry. Justin Evans is going to be a more than formidable replacement for Chelsea Gardner-Johnson. Yeah, how that worked out for us. Justin Evans wasn't shit. Chelsea Gardner-Johnson led the league in interceptions, right? And everybody might come back and say, well, guess what, Jonathan? We were still the #2 pass defense in the league. I don't care because we didn't win the NFC South. The worst division of all time, we still couldn't win it. You know what would have been nice to have? A playmaking safety like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson who could get picks for us, get turnovers. So I get it. Again, Dennis Allen, the scouts, the front office, I would gladly admit no more football than I will ever forget. But I'm going to call them out when I feel like something questionable happens. And I'm going to give them praise when they prove to be correct. And maybe they do prove to be correct. Maybe Alontae Taylor doesn't miss a beat at the slot corner. But I watched all 3 preseason games, and Alontae Taylor definitely has some growing pains, and I expect those growing pains are going to transfer to the regular season. And I'll be damned if we lose a game or 2 because Alontae Taylor messed up a coverage while being a slot corner because he's still developing in a role, right? You're all in or you're not. We ain't got time to be developing if you're promising that we're going to be a championship contending sleeper team this year like the staff and the players and the front office have been saying. So I just don't get it. Now, devil's advocate. Maybe there's some players in training camp that hasn't really flashed on preseason that really are just that much better than Bradley Roby right now. I'm not there every day. I can't judge. I can only go by what I've seen in preseason and the history of these players, right? So maybe. I damn sure hope so, folks. I damn sure hope so. Far be it for me to get crazy over, Bradley Roby. Like, Bradley Roby being cut isn't going to be the make or break for the Saints season. I just don't get, though, again, how you promise all offseason we're going all in this season. The Saints are still a threat. We're going to show the world that we're a Super Bowl possible winning team. We're going to show that we can win a perceived bad NFC South. And then you cut your best slot corner. I saw all last season Marshawn Lattimore missed the bulk of the season, right? Which forced Alontae Taylor to play the secondary corner spot, which was great. He shined as a rookie. And the D would have played the first cornerback slot. So say Marshawn Lattimore gets hurt again, now we got to bring Alontae Taylor back to the #2 spot. Who's our secondary slot corner? Who's our slot corner now? You're going to probably say one of the young guys, okay? Is that young guy better than Bradley Roby? Maybe he might be one day, but he probably isn't better right now in 2023. a year that the Saints are saying that we're all in on winning. So I just don't get it, man. But transparently, again, I'm definitely in overreactionary mode. I just don't get though how you cut the best slot corner on the team and you say on the same sentence that, oh, but we're all in this season. We're trying to win all the games this year. But we also want to develop. Do you want to develop and retool and rebuild, or do you want to go all in? If you're going all in, then in my mind, GM Jono would say with them, I should probably keep my best slot cornerback in Bradley Roby. But maybe I'm just being crazy. I mean, this shit is more than a game, right? And also, the Saints made a very unsurprising move, probably the worst kept secret in the league, by trading Wil Lutz to Sean Payton's Denver Broncos. And I swear, boy, every fringe player for the Saints the next 2 seasons, you can already just put the money in the bank that they're going to be a future Denver Bronco, right? So, God forbid, if Michael Thomas gets released next season because of cap concerns or whatever, I guarantee you he's going to be a Denver Bronco. Andrews Pete, probably a future Denver Bronco. Taysom Hill, probably a future Denver Bronco. Like, Sean Payton's just going to take all of his old players and make Denver Broncos the Denver New Orleans Saints. So, what a shock, right? Now, I am surprised that they actually went through with it, though. Like, to put the faith in the rookie over Wil Lutz, that was a decision. And now those 2 kickers are going to be forever intertwined. Blake did a great job in preseason. He definitely impressed me. He looks like a middle school kid, so I guess we're going to have a lot of fun with the jokes with that. But it's different from training camp kicks and preseason kicks till when those lights are bright. It's a different feeling, my man. So I really hope that he proves the front office and staff right. Because that first game, whenever it comes, when we have to trot out Blake to make a game-winning field goal from 40 yards, 50 yards, maybe even 60 yards. That's a lot different than making a field goal in training camp, my man. And I'm not even the biggest Wil Lutz stan. Like, I actually is probably one of the biggest critics of Wil Lutz. His inconsistencies was maddening to me. One game he'll look like the greatest kicker in the world. The next game he'll look like a freaking scrub. I just didn't get, I couldn't get it. Like, I was like, Will, how can you not just maintain that excellence? So it's unfortunate. I feel like he never really fully realized his potential as a New Orleans Saint. But maybe with the Denver Broncos and that Denver altitude, he's going to be an all-pro. I wish the best for Wil Lutz. And, of course, I definitely hope for the best for Blake, that he proves the front office right and that he can be the Saints kicker for the next 10, 15 years. He's definitely got potential. He's definitely got potential. But, again, training camp kicks and preseason kicks are a lot different than when the lights are bright and the game is on the line. So we will see. But those were the first 2 major moves that the Saints cut there. I'm sure we're going to have more to come. These are my initial reactions. Again, definitely my overreactionary reactions, but it wouldn't be the Jono Barnes channel if I wasn't overreacting, right? This shit more than the game. This shit more than the game. And never forget, $28.03, the price of the This Shit More Than the Game merch. On sale now.